Right.
Back for another movie review. This is
The
finale.
The Last Jedi, the last one that we're doing.
Last review until we do Rise of Skywalker.
When we don't know when we're doing it. But yeah.
But yeah, this is going to obviously finish our Star Wars review series with Last Jedi. Released 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. Was it 2017?
It's been a wee while now since I've put one out, hasn't it?
Have you watched it?
I've watched this movie.
No, have you watched it
I've watched
recently?
it 3 times.
Recently?
Within the last 6 months, I'd say. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
I watched it last night.
Did you fuck answer back? That was quite recent then.
I'm actually watching it 9. Yeah, so, okay, this obviously follows Force Awakens Episode 8. Last Jedi obviously begins where Force Awakens leaves with Rey, with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And that magical moment of her passing his lightsaber, Darth Vader's lightsaber, to him.
For him to
Toss it away.
throw it, I think. And
That's symbolic
on the face of it.
Is it before we get
That's
into
what he
it,
was trying to do. Like,
but is that not symbolic of how the fans feel like the movie went?
but I think that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
I feel like Ryan Johnson was trying to make a movie that was different. I read an interview with him the other day, and he says films should challenge people. Like, you should watch a film and feel challenged by watching it. You should watch a film and think about it, rather than
know what's going to happen.
You'd rather know what's going to happen, rather than every movie shouldn't just be fan service. And
Yeah,
I get that. Force Awakens was very fan service.
It was, but
Ryan Johnson tried to make a film that was out there.
And I feel like he had a better platform and better stage to do that compared to J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams has so much to battle. You know what I mean? He has to obviously make up for the original trilogy. Make up for the prequels, why obviously fucking doing justice to the original trilogy. And he set the tone for that there and set a good platform for Ryan Johnson to take that off. And I see exactly what he was trying to do. Like even the line of Kylo Ren was let the past die, kill it if you must.
Yeah.
That was great, and I get what he's trying to do, but I think everything he did just missed the beat.
Yeah.
Like he just wasn't on point with it. I get what he's trying to do, he just missed it.
See, there's an argument where people say, Star Wars fan complain that Force Awakens is all the same, and then when they try to do something different, it's too different.
Yeah.
But see, for me, that's bullshit, because
That's
you
what I
can
said,
make
yeah.
something that's different that still isn't good. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's good.
Okay.
Like, you can make something... He could have made this movie completely different to what we expected it to be, but it just wasn't good. So it's like, he could have made it different and have been better, and all Star Wars fans would have been like, yeah, it was good, because we can appreciate a good film, but this just didn't work.
No,
It's what he was trying to do. I can appreciate it. I think he's a really good filmmaker. You could argue he's a better filmmaker than J.J. Abrams. He probably is technically a better director, but
all depends how you look at it.
I think J.J. Abrams is just a safe pair of hands, personally.
Think so.
But
I think Ryan Johnson just tried too much in this movie. He tried to be too comical as well. I think the overall storyline was very poor as well. It was like a slow car chase.
The opening scene of that was awful.
But
also in The Force Awakens, that opening scene's awful as well.
Fuck off.
Are you talking to me? Oh, it's so bad.
The Force Awakens, you said?
Yeah, The Force Awakens. Poe Dameron talking.
Oh,
to
that
Kylo
opening.
Ren.
Okay, that one.
That's what I'm saying. So
but that opening scene's amazing.
That's what you're saying. But the dialogue between.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's awful, and it's awful in the second.
But thank God that whole opening scene wasn't based upon that one conversation. You know, the opening scene of Last Jedi is based upon that one conversation with him talking to General Hux.
Yeah,
and we have a character, General Hux.
You make him look like a fucking wimp.
I know, he's just a good character. What's it, Gleason? Donald
Gleason, yeah.
Like, what a character, what an actor. Like, when you have him and Kylo Ren in this movie, like, and you have Snoke as well, of course, but these are the two main, obviously, General and the fucking bad guys in it. And you're like, come on, this is it, we're going to kick on here. And General Hux give a good speech about how we're not going to offer you any fucking, like, any way out of it. We're going to kill you, we're going to destroy you and all that. The First Order are here. And he goes, oh, I'm still waiting. Hello. Like, oh my god, like that was so pointless. There's too many parts of it. And I get Force Awakens did have a lot of comical elements to it now too.
A lot of it didn't work as well.
Force Awakens, think so?
Yeah, a lot of the comedy. I don't think they've done comedy well so far. I think the comedy works in Star Wars at times when it's Han Solo, when he's that funny, and all his lines work. And Force Awakens, a lot of stuff just didn't work.
That's a lot. That's most of the jokes did come from, him and Chewbacca and all too. And then them they did hit home and they were funny. But in this here, they just tried it every single fucking scene. So let's take Force Awakens and what we wanted to get from it. So you want to find out who Snoke was, okay?
Yeah.
You want to find out who Rey's parents was. You want to hear who the fuck the Knights of Ren are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we take them 3 stories and why's Luke is on the way and what is Luke gonna do basically? You take them 4 storylines. Snoke dies. Don't find anything about him. The Knights of Ren aren't even there. Rey's parents are nobody, and Luke is a big wimp the way through it.
So do you think
Luke isn't Luke? Luke is basically Mark Hamill. That's all it is.
Do you think then in this next film, Rise of Skywalker, so those questions you've just asked, if JJ answers them now, it doesn't. To me, it won't work because if he
Can you answer it while
but he's just making a sequel to his Force Awakens. It's like if they don't acknowledge the Last Jedi. And if they just retcon it, like it's gonna be so messy. I'm really worried about this movie.
But what can we take from Last Jedi? Think about it. Okay, just actually think for a second. What can we take from Last Jedi that we want answered and what we need to expand upon?
Probably nothing. But what we probably need is to throw Palpatine in.
Yeah.
What the fuck's that?
He's a bad guy.
I know. What the fuck is that?
You like him?
What is that? Like, so is this movie like this? Right. This is the opening half an hour of the new movie. It's critical because if they explain where Palpatine is and make it sound class, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
See if they don't even explain it and he's just there.
And he pops up.
I already am just not going to like the movie because that's you're making Darth Vader's sacrifice mean nothing if that happens.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but it wouldn't surprise me. It just wouldn't surprise me because it feels so forced to the point where how can you bring him back without saying where he is? Or what happening, or I'm just praying that they explain that really well.
Yeah, I do trust J.J. Abrams to actually correct that. It's not going to be the perfect trilogy that I wanted and that I was looking forward to when it was announced. But I think it's literally all because of Last Jedi.
It's not necessary. We can't just fully blame Rian Johnson here.
Well, not Rand. No, Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Because
we'll have to blame
he's
the
only a director.
The people who have made this. How the fuck have they made these 3 movies? And put Palpatine in at the end, killed Snoke after building. How have they done that? Like, you can clearly see that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how they can plan that.
Because there's no foreshadowing.
Like, they had Colin Trevorrow on an interview a couple of weeks ago, right? And he was just the guy who was supposed to. He directs Jurassic World, and he was the guy supposed to direct the fucking
Rise of
Skywalker.
Yeah.
And he says having Palpatine in the movie was never sort of in my plans. It was never discussed. And J.J. Abrams come out and says, no, it was always was. I was just like, clearly wasn't then.
But then it's like,
you know what I mean?
Someone's word over another's. You get me?
But I'm just like, it clearly fucking wasn't.
He obviously was sacked because they didn't trust him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, is he just trying to slag it off, like almost distance himself from it? Going like, here, I didn't fucking say it. Like, they're all a disaster.
But I asked, for me,
That's
when this movie was planned out, do you think they planned to put Palpatine?
No, I don't think so. Because
which is terrible.
You need to lean towards it in a certain way. You know, there's no leaning, there's no hint, there's no foreshadowing towards this character returning. You know,
and I also think
Snoke talked about his master maybe, but Snoke was the master. He was the guy controlling everything. There's never once where you thought he was the Padawan, or like he was like the apprentice. You thought he was the king. He was the bad guy, and Kylo Ren was his apprentice. Now everyone say that Palpatine was the master the whole time. It's like, all right, what? You didn't tell us that there. You're being very disingenuous to the audience.
Also, I can imagine J.J. Abrams watching The Last Jedi and the build up this going, how can I link this to this?
I know.
He's going, oh, okay, right, oh, Rey, Mars, oh, clones! You know what I mean? He's just like, you know what I mean? I can just imagine him. And then if people go, oh, it was just 3 in there. No, it was planned out all along. Look at that scene there. And I'm like, that's just, no one's going to fall for that. You know what I mean?
Well, Adam Driver and I think Daisy Ridley were talking about what they said their storylines, their arcs and stuff. It's the exact same that they signed on for. I can get that.
Yeah, fair enough. Because they're the most developed characters.
Yeah, they are, and that,
at the detriment of other characters.
Let's talk about Last Jedi for a second.
Oh yeah,
as well.
sure.
Let's talk about the good things about Last Jedi. I do like the way he did try to obviously distance himself from the originals. I'll say kill the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's separate. This is
Kylo Ren's amazing at it.
Kylo Ren, Adam Driver's character is phenomenal. The interaction between Daisy Ridley's character and Adam Driver's character is great. That force telepathic communication.
Yeah, it's class.
Yeah, it's a bit but their actual interaction's amazing. And how they actually, that duel after he killed Snoke is fucking great. And I love the way he does kill Snoke. I do like it. It's alright. Yeah. It's kind of cool.
I like it, yeah.
It just happened way too soon. It should have happened in Rise of Skywalker probably.
Yeah.
But that scene was great. You know what I mean? He kills him. And then what I love about Adam Driver's character, and it's just like, what we said in the last review, he's playing 2 different characters. He's playing Kylo Ren and obviously Ben Solo. In this here, it's more Ben Solo. You see his struggle more. And like you haven't seen a more complex character in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
we said before, this is exactly what we wanted Anakin to be like. We
Yeah.
wanted Anakin to struggle, good and bad. We didn't get that, but we're getting it in Ben Solo. We're getting it with Adam Driver's character, and that is a big positive to take into Rise of Skywalker, because him and Daisy Ridley's characters are great. So we can focus on them two maybe, and see where that takes us, and maybe throw Palpatine in there, and maybe try to correct a few wrongs. With The Last Jedi, I do think we can get a good overall trilogy.
One of the biggest, before we sort of wrap it up, I agree with everything you said. One of the biggest negatives of the whole film we haven't touched on is, so as Star Wars fans, everyone's always wondered about Carrie Fisher, Kasia Force Bars. Not only just for her, she's fucking flying about in this.
She's Mary Poppins, that shit.
What the hell was that, man? And that could have been so cool if they had just killed her. Like that would have been amazing.
Because you've seen the struggle of Adam Driver's with Kylo Ren's character. Like, he's going to kill his mum. He killed his dad like that, but he didn't want to kill his mum.
It's your mum. It's, you know.
He was about to do it, and he didn't do it, and then they still killed her. And it's like, that shows you, like, he's still torn there.
Yeah. And
she died, and that's good. I know. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher, of course. Like, but at the time, like, Princess Leia was, I thought the trilogy was almost trying to use her too much. Yeah. And then she goes into a coma, and then she comes out at the end of it. Oh fuck.
Yeah. You know, she's just there coaching Poe. He was just literally like a spoiled teenager.
Yeah.
Running about like a fucking. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Can you tell? Because like I think Oscar Isaac was talking about, like, he was meant to die in Force Awakens.
Maybe, yeah.
He was talking about it, and he basically convinced J.J. Abrams to keep him alive because he died in 3 movies he released that year. So they kept him in it. But now he's actually one of the main characters. I think that's...
And they haven't built him. And also, like, you're maybe right about that, because also with Finn, like, they were building a relationship and they didn't establish anything in this movie. They didn't continue anything they established in Force Awakens. Yeah. Also with Finn, we touched about it in the last reviews. Like, how class is it to get a stormtrooper who's departed and he's now going to be a rebel? This movie, he didn't touch on anything like that. He was just a nothing character.
But he wants to run away from the conflict. Yeah. But then at the end of it, he actually takes on Kylo Ren, and actually he's like, that arc is great. But then it starts off, he's trying to run away again. It's like, all right, we're back to square one again. Yeah. And then he has that relationship with Rose, which is not romantic. And then he's actually finally going to sacrifice himself for the resistance. Okay, here's his.
She saves him. Oh, it's fun.
And then she kisses him, and she's like, oh, what? Like, so many things could have been right with this movie, but I think he just missed it. That's it. I don't think he's a bad director, because I think the film looks great.
Yeah.
Looks really well done. You know, I mean, the action scenes are really good. You know, I think you can point out certain scenes and certain character developments that are fucking fantastic. But as an overall piece, as a continuation from Force Awakens, it falls flat in his face.
Yeah.
And it's an uphill struggle for JJ in Rise of Skywalker.
I know, which you're going to see in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Right, score.
Fuck me. You give yours first.
I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. What did I give it? I got 4.5.
4.5. Fair. If that's how you feel about it, that's
it's fair. Probably my I actually rate Solo better in this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
That's what we think anyway. Let us know what you think below. And then,
yeah. Boom. Hi everyone, thanks for watching the video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Just to let you know, we've got similar content available on the channel if you want to check it out.
We also do our own podcast called MC Podcasting, where we cover a range of topics from politics, sports and even movies.
We basically just talk a lot of shit.
We argue a lot as well on it there, but all the links are below. We're on all major platforms, Spotify, iTunes, and is there any other?
That's the main ones, yeah.
Yeah, it's the main ones.
Just check out the podcast, and if there's any sort of videos you want us to react to, drop us a comment on the YouTube videos, and we'll be sure to check it out.
Or if you want to make fun of us, then go ahead. We don't care.
Be nice.
Be nice.
In fairness, we don't really get that many comments.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Stop looking at me.